Alrighty, welcome everyone. Hello and welcome back to another live stream on Voice of the Rings. Hope you're all having a great day in Middle Earth, my friends. I got myself a nice little tea I'm gonna enjoy, and we'll hang out and play some LOTRO and maybe look at some stuff from the trip. Have some fun. Alright, if I can open this. There it is. Haha. Ah, very good. Alright. I turn on the air in the background. Ooh. Before the shadow. It's on its way, my friends. Welcome, everybody. Hello there. Hello, hello. Hi, you guys. Welcome. All right. Let's see. Hop up. Welcome, you guys. All right. So, I have been working a lot on editing the last 2 days. I have tons of footage from my trip, but I'm trying to bring it into a form that'll be enjoyable. You know, putting it together. So that's what I have been working on this whole time. The audio of this is interesting. What's going on with my audio here? There it is. There it is. Ooh, that's loud. Turn these down just a bit. There we go. That sounds better. All right. Perfect. Okay, that's better. We're gonna do that. This is a little loud here. Alright, so this is where we left off on our last live stream before I left on my trip. Right? It was like 2 weeks ago. Alright. I did not, we'll go into it later, I'll do a review later, but I did not watch episode 7, and yes, when I watched episode 6, I was thinking, that's better not to be a new era Dante, because no one survives that. Which is what you're saying with the temperature. But it kind of looked like it, the way the volcano looked like it had fire coming in it. There are a couple different kinds of explosions with volcanoes, right? We've got the one where it's just, no, you're good. You're good. We got the explosion type that's literally just a big ashen cloud, which you'd really have problems breathing. You'd probably die from that. But there's a possibility to live through it, right? Because I just watched a video the other day where the volcano went off and people were there. This is only the last year, and they got hit by the cloud, and they were able to get out. They were messed up, their lungs, eyes were having problems, all these bad things, but they didn't die. Now, there's also New Era Dante, right, which is basically the cloud moves at 200-300 miles an hour, which is kind of what they were showing with the episode 6 Mount Doom, and when it hits you, you basically are immediately turned to a statue, pillar of salt. You're instantly, all the water in your body is instantly evaporated, and you turn into basically a statue. We see that from in history with what's the island? Pompeii? Oh, no, Pompeii. Pompeii, right? Is that the island? Which island is it? It's from like it's several thousand years ago, but the entire city got hit by a new era on Dante, and it's in a lot of the old records from Greek and stuff. And basically, the whole island within like 2 or 3 minutes, when the cloud exploded, everybody had just frozen. Like no one, like a lot of people aren't even. Yeah, Pompeii. Yeah. Oh, they're not even. A lot of them didn't even realize it was coming. They were just frozen mid-walking, you know, with their dog. They're like literally just frozen, like statues. So like, you know, some people look like they saw it coming. You know, they're like, you know, but it's terrible. But anyway, yeah, realistic list for with that a little bit with the show. I mean, I guess they could play some kind of card that she's like, oh well, she's an elf. You know, she can survive all these temperatures. Maybe she can survive heat. I don't remember anything in the stories. Dwarves can survive more heat, right? Dwarves can survive more heat. We know that because the dwarves were the only ones that could fight the dragons in the original canon lore from Tolkien. Because when they got hit by a fire blast, they could survive 400 or 500 degrees of temperature inside their armor, where a human or an elf would just, bleh, you know, be a little toasty. So they were the ones fighting the dragons when the dragons came out in the first stage. But that's just a side note. Again, it's possible for her to survive. I don't think it's impossible, right? I don't think it's impossible. But the way they portrayed the wave of the explosion, to me, it looked like the way it was moving so fast, like I knew it on Dante, and there's like fire and heat looking like it was inside it. I know, again, visuals, guys, come on, it's a show. They have to make it look cool, right? Like, I understand that 100%, right? And honestly, that whole part was super freaking cool. I really liked that part, Rings of Power. I thought the whole thing with the volcano was actually something that I really enjoyed. There's other things I didn't enjoy, obviously, but that I really enjoyed. I also thought it was a very genius idea. Like, I know that, like, to make Mount Doom come off, again, I'm not sure about the whole sword thing and idea, but, like, the idea that, like, you know, this key unlocks the dam, a little bit like Dam from Two Towers, but we won't go into that. But the water comes down, and then that's why they were digging the trench, because it was to redirect the water to this hole they dug into the base of Mount Doom to basically cause it to go off. I thought that was kind of cool, a little bit, and it would kind of make sense that Sauron would have that intelligence to kind of plan that, right? Since he's kind of like, he used to work with, you know, Ole, right, the smith, so he would understand how creating the world works and how those kind of things work. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, because that is one of the reasons volcanoes go off. Usually a lava magma pit hits an underground reservoir of water, and it causes a massive amount of steam and pressure, and basically, you know, blows its top, the volcano. So that, I actually found that enjoyable a lot. I enjoyed that in the last part of episode 6. But realistically, if they can survive, there's my answer. I know that was elaborate and long, but I did think about that a lot. So I was also thinking of that. I'm like, although I have not watched 7 yet. I'm going to watch it either today or I don't know, I might move when I watch it. I have a long weekend, a lot of fun things planned, so I'd rather just keep that for a fun night after the weekend to watch it. All right, so let's do a little bit of this questing right now, and then if anyone wants to show up, I thought maybe we could I could give you guys a little bit more of a tour of places. I was thinking if you guys wanted to, I could do a little bit of where I actually traveled on the map. So, oh, nice. Yeah, that is, you know, I was just talking to someone. I don't know if he's here right now. I don't think he is yet. But Josh, one of my subscribers, and he was talking about basically how he's just trying to thoroughly just enjoy it and not watch anyone else's views on it and just take it for what he likes about it or what he doesn't like. And like, I totally agree with him, because I think there's a little bit too much that if you're watching it and like it, that like somehow, how could you, right? enjoy it. Go watch it, have fun. Just watch it, see what you think. If you dislike it, you're totally at your right to dislike it. If you love it, you're totally in your right to love it. You should just enjoy it. Don't let other people make decisions for you. The only reason I've been doing reviews on my channel is because a lot of people asked me that, which I really appreciate that people care about my opinion, but they wanted to know what I thought about it. So I started making reviews of it. And again, if you watch my reviews, I'm probably one of the most balanced people you're going to find on YouTube. I mean, there's a lot of people that are balanced, but I don't really like super hate on it, and I don't also like super love every single little thing about it. I'm methodical. I give it likes what I like, and I give it dislikes what I dislike, right? And it's from my opinion. I know everyone is going to have their own views on everything, right? Like, everyone's going to like some things, dislike other things, that kind of stuff. Yeah, until the end of, like, the first season. Is that what you're saying, Obsessive Gaming? Yeah, well, next week is going to be the episode 8. I guess there's only going to be 8 episodes from what I've heard. So, of course, that kind of makes sense, because it seems like all TV shows just abandon the 20-episode thing. And are like, we're going to do 8 now. Yeah. My personal view, and again, this isn't to make people freak out, but my personal view on it, right now, after watching episode 6, is that I'm considering it kind of like, in my mind, a multiverse version of Rings of Power. So, like, for example, it's set in location, like Lord of the Rings stuff. It's set in locations, and someone pointed this out to me, right, that I was talking to, that, like, Peter Jackson's isn't a canon either. But in my view, Peter Jackson's adaptation can fit better in the world of canon than Rings of Power can. Because the only reason is, don't want to give you any spoilers of Obsessive Gaming, so I won't. Rings of Power changes a couple things with the story, and couple might be an understatement. But and there's a little bit of a time compression thing that they do, and there's also a couple other things with a couple different things and objects and materials in the world that they change a little bit of stories to. So that's why I'm calling it like a multiverse version of that, right? It doesn't, in my mind, it can't fit well in the actual lore. So I'm considering it's like places are the same, characters' names, they do different things, there's different things that happen, right? Just, you know, just like Marvel, right? Like Marvel's like, they take the same character, same story, same world, and they're like, oh, this is world number 5.3, and they do this in this world. Like, you know, like The Flash, have you ever watched The Flash, all the different Flashes, right? That's kind of how I'm taking it. That's my idea, at least. What's up? Welcome, David. Welcome. Oh, nice. Nature of Middle Earth. It's a pretty good book. I have it right up there. So, yeah, it's got good information. I definitely think the best part about Rings of Power is a lot of people I hear, they're all going to read the books and the actual, like, the history and lore and stuff. And I think that's pretty awesome. Because, like, that's like, if Rings of Power does one thing good, it'll make people want to go read the books, and, like, that's awesome. And then, you know, people are going to read the books and go, oh, you know, I enjoyed Rings of Power, but wow, this is completely different. You know, that kind of thing. And of course, Rings of Power are bringing together, you know, the Second Age, which is a lot more, it's not quite such a, it's not as inducive to new people coming in, let's put it that way, as like the Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit books, right? They're a lot more complex, right? The Second Age is a lot more complex. It's almost like, you know, the Silmarillion is kind of like a history book, but there's still really good stories in the Silmarillion, so I highly recommend you still read it, especially if you're enjoying all that. Yeah, Elvin, I also feel that way about Peter Jackson's. I think that Tolkien would have given it a pass. It's funny because I've heard some people say that Tolkien would have hated Peter Jackson's, and I'm like, I don't know. I think he would have thought, well, you know, he broke it down really, really a lot less than what I put in the book, but it was good. That's what I feel like Tolkien would have said about it. My gut feeling is Tolkien would have been too frustrated at all the, like, Rings of Power. He probably would be really disappointed how much time compression they do. Again, I understand from a movie perspective what they're doing with the TV show. But again, that's why I'm calling it more of a multiverse. But again, that's my opinion. If you're someone who really likes it and stuff, still, I don't super dislike Rings of Power. Let me just make that really clear to everybody. I'm not trying to push that on you. I like it. I've been enjoying watching it with my family. I think it's fun, you know what I mean, and all that stuff. Just for me, as someone who's really studied the canon from Tolkien, straight from the books, it can't fit quite because of some things they've done, a few things they've done. It can't fit. Everything in an adaptation is not going to be a actual canon thing, right? Everything, it's just someone else's creative way of taking something, right? But for me, Rings of Power just can't fit as well as Peter Jackson's would, or even this game, LOTRO. LOTRO does a really good job of even the stuff they make up and add seems like, oh yeah, that's logical, that could fit in the world. You know what I mean? Without changing any major like timelines or characters, or you know what I mean. It's like, oh, that makes sense, that could fit in the world. By the way, there are some parts in Rings of Power that I find that, without telling obsessive gamer spoilers, there's some people in the Southernlands, which would already be there anyway. That's right at the beginning, you'll find out. That's nothing spoilers. It's very realistic, the whole sideline that there's these people living in those areas before Sauron, basically. That to me, completely plausible, completely awesome. I've actually been enjoying that part. Now, some stuff they do in it, yeah, but I don't want to say spoilers. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's completely believable still. But as a whole, Rings of Power as a whole, I'm gonna count it kind of like a multiverse, because again, I just, there's a few things that have changed so drastically that it just can't snuggle fit into the lore. Even if it is an adaptation and technically isn't canon, it can't snug into the canon like Peter Jackson's can kind of snug into the canon. Now there's a couple things that it can't, right? Like he changed the whole running scene, right, in Peter Jackson's with Galadriel versus Glorfindel. Glorfindel's not even there. But again, everything else is about the same in the Jacksons. There's not any big super changes. No, I didn't see that, but be sad if they said that. I don't disbelieve you, but I would like to see it for myself, but that's pretty sad if they did say that. Because, like, here's the biggest thing, and I won't say any more after this, and we're going to get into some of my adventures together, okay? Here's the biggest thing for me. If people want to watch it and are enjoying it, they should be able to enjoy it without people saying they're horrible for liking it, right? And again, it's funny because I've gotten both sides, because I'm so like moderate in the middle with my reviews and what I think about it, like where I like some of it a lot and some of it I don't like, that like I'm getting the hate from both sides, right? I'm getting the people who are like, how could you dislike it at all? Or, you know, oh, you know, how could you like it at all? It's horrible and evil, right? And I know that's no one here, by the way. No one has said that here. You guys are all nice. And the 5 of you that are here right now. But it's just random people. They're not my long-time subscribers. They're just people who make comments on videos, right? You know, it's the random commenters. I think that the big thing is that people just need to realize that some people are going to like stuff, some people aren't. And if someone does like it, and yeah, there is a lot of stuff that's changed, let them enjoy it, right? And then vice versa. If someone really doesn't like it, they're allowed to dislike it. They're not evil for disliking it, right? I think that's something like all of us here understand that are in the live chat right now, and people watching later on my channel. A lot of us get that. But I think there's just this weird thing right now in the world where it's like people just go after people, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know, just, it's like people just need to chill out. Like, I don't know. I've been talking to a couple of the Tolkien YouTubers who are also covering it very, very moderately. Like, I mean, like, that's not the right word. Very fairly, right? Just kind of neutrally, just talking about it, explaining things. And it's just like, people are just so mean. It's like just because like a lot of Tolkien YouTubers are covering it, which isn't it good that we're covering it? Because a lot of the Tolkien YouTubers are telling the things they don't like about it, right? And the things that are changed from the canon lore. So, it just, a lot of people are like, you shouldn't even cover that. How could you? Or vice versa. How could you say anything bad about it? You know, it's just like, people need to realize that it's a show and everyone's going to like some things and dislike other things, right? And just let people like it or let people dislike it. Let them do it. Don't go after the other side who likes it or dislikes it. And for me, someone who's like pretty much right in the middle, again, I think I lean more towards I have enjoyed it, watching it with my family, and I still enjoyed it, even though I'm super, super love the canon, right? So again, in my mind, for me personally, you do not have to take this, but for what I've done is I've said in my mind, okay, it's going to be a multiverse, right? I personally think they could have done better by a lot, right? I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say, oh yeah, well, it's okay. I mean, it is, but I think they could have done better, of course. But in my mind, it's a multiverse. I'm just going to enjoy what I give for a little entertainment. And I think it could have been better in my mind, but I can't fit into canon for me personally. All right. Some other people, there are parts that could fit into canon, but it's such a small percentage. That's why in my mind, I'm going to call it a multiverse for myself. Right? Does that make sense? Yeah, exactly, Shuichi. Heaven forbid you have a different opinion than me. How could you? Right? Like, I've learned in my life, you guys, okay, in my very short life, which is not very long yet, compared to many people I know. You have to realize that even someone you get along with super well, and you guys agree on pretty much everything, right? Like, you're still gonna have times that you guys don't agree on something, just little things, right? And again, that's good. We're all special. We're all unique. Every human is unique. We all formulate our own opinions on every subject depending on what we've done in our lives, right? What our experiences are, what our disposition, personality is on certain things. Again, I have lots of friends, right? Like for me, I'm someone who always watches something and then I analyze it for myself. I like to know myself. There's other people who like to hear what does everyone else think, and then they kind of formulate their opinion around that. I do highly recommend, though, that you formulate your own opinion about things. I think it's the best way to do it. Go watch it for yourself, right? Hence why a lot of you probably know this. I've been saying this, but I do not, and I mean I do not try to watch anyone else's reviews beforehand. And I don't watch anybody who says the things that are going to be bad about it or the things that are great about it or here's what they think about it. I wait until after I watch the first episode, after I formulate my own view, because then I can enjoy it better. If I watch a video for anything, whether it's a positive thing or a negative review, negative is definitely the worst because it ruins the show for you, right? If you hear all these negative things about it right before, and then that's kind of like in the back of your mind while you're watching it. So I try really hard to make sure I don't do that. You know what I mean? I try to stay away from any negative things about it or whatever, unless, I have someone close to me that's like, oh, it was really bad, you don't waste your time, right? Like, but again, I like to at least watch 1 or 2 episodes of a series, see what I think for the first 2 episodes. Did it catch my attention? Did I enjoy any of it? Or is it like, yeah, which I do, like Netflix, right? Like, you watch a random series and you're like, that's terrible, right? First 2 episodes, you're like, I'm done. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Yeah, it does. It runs on emotions. I totally agree. It's a good statement, and it's a problem. Emotions are important, but they need to be checked, right? They need to be. You need to use critical thinking still. Critical thinking skills need to be there still. So anyway, all right. Well, I think I've ragged on that long enough. And anyone who watches this later, everyone knows my feelings on that now. Again, I've been enjoying the Rings of Power with my family. I've been enjoying watching it. I really have. But, I'm more moderate of anyone with the reviews because there's things I've told everyone I disliked and things I liked. And, and I've gotten the extreme, crazy haters on both sides of going for me because of that. So, but again, I'm not going to get put into a camp by anyone else, right? I'm going to formulate my own view on something. All right, Lord Aragorn. Let's do a little bit of storytelling here.
It has been an honor to fight alongside you.
It has been an honor to fight alongside you. Even now, at the end, I do not regret what we have done, or that for which we fought. Let us stand together for a little longer. I am pleased to call you my friend, Zollin. All right, book 5. I can choose my cape here. Well, I guess we're not going to die if I get to choose a cape. He thinks I'm going to get to use a cape. Cool.
This may be Sauron's hour, but we will make him earn it in blood.
All right.
This may be Sauron's hour, but we will make him earn it in blood.
The battle of the Black Gate is nearly done, Zollin. We must fight for as long as we can in memory of our friends and in defense of those endangered by Mordor. This may be be Sauron's hour, but we will make him earn it with blood. Alright, defeat foes at the Black Gates. Aha, there's one. Zappy zap! Oh, you're dead. Music's pretty epic. Again, I turned the music way down because it seemed like it was really, really loud. But you guys tell me, how loud is it? Alright. I'm just like one tapping these orcs. They're just zapping and exploding. Alright, orc, die. Well, that was easy. We have defeated the orcs. Alright, let's run over here real quick. Come on. It's Elro here.
I see something on the distant horizon.
I see something on the distant horizon. A new threat? But I cannot yet make it out. Does a new threat seek to strike from the rear? Go to Mithrandir atop the Slag Hill and see what he thinks of the new arrivals on him, quickly. Mithrandir being Gandalf. Go to Gandalf. Gandalf the White.
What now?
What now, Zollin? You bring tidings from the sons of Elrond. They did not wish to tell me themselves. The wizard readies a further rebuke for the elves, but it remains unsaid. His eyes light up the distant horizon, and wonder brightens his face.
The eagles are coming!
The eagles are coming! The eagles are coming! Why, hear the Windlord and his noble subjects fly to the aid of the host of the West. Let us see if the Nazgul enjoy this challenge to their superiority in the air, Zollin. Speak to me, and we will wade once more into battle.
Once more into battle, my friend.
My friend. Here we go. There's the eagles.
Hear the Windlord and his noble subjects
cool.
come to the aid of the host of the West.
Oh, there's the eagles. They're here. Oh, they're fighting it out. Whoa, whoa. The music's pretty epic. This whole part is freaking awesome. This story is amazing. Why, here in the wind and the eagles will keep the Nazgul occupied, but the battle still rages upon the ground, Zollin. Let us press the advantage given to us by our winged allies and set the orcs upon their heels.
The tide turns in our favor.
Zap, zap, zap.
To me!
Zollin! Do you sense that? Something is amiss, Zollin, but I fear I cannot discern what it might be. Some new artifice of the Dark Lord may be revealed to us. Stay near me. What's this?
The Nazgul flee from battle? What can this mean? Sauron has summoned them back to Mordor. Why?
Why do you guys think he summoned him back to Mordor?
Men of the West, this is the hour. The Ring Bearer has completed his quest. Why here to me?
It's Gwaihir the Windlord. Frodo has fulfilled the quest of the ring, and he may still live. We must act quickly, Zollin, or he will never come alive from the Black Land. If Gwaihir and his brother will bear us into Mordor, we may yet come to Frodo in time. Gwaihir, Lord of the Eagles, 2 times have you borne me, my friend, and this will be the last, and the most needed. If your brother, Landreval, we'll bear Zollin, we will have the best chance of finding Frodo before he is overcome. Fly now to Orendrun. Fly now to Mount Doom.
Mordor shakes beneath Orodruin's wrath. Fly swiftly, my friend. If Frodo or Samwise still live, we have to find them quickly.
Well, this kind of works out good, since we just talked about the volcanoes.
I will circle to the far side, but someone must search the nearest nook, and with haste.
That is a task for my adventurer. We will circle Orodruin and come back for you. May one of us find our hobbits.
Yeah, did you guys know that Zollin actually was one that helped find Frodo and Sam? Bet you didn't know that. Alright, so we just got dropped off by one of the eagles, and we're at Mount Doom, and we are looking for Frodo and Sam. Alright, here we are, we're on Mount Doom. Which side are we on? I guess we're just gonna have to run around and look for them. Alright, so they dropped the ring in. Volcano went crazy, like we saw in the movies, right? As you can see down there, it's not having fun. Let's go up here. Alright, we are searching for the hobbits. Everyone tell me if you see them, because all I see is rock and cinders falling out of the sky. Oh gee, look at that. The volcano is not happy. Gosh man, it's got me so hot right here. We gotta find the hobbits! Let's see, where are all the hobbits? Right, running down the rock face. Oh, look, it's the hobbits. They still live. You found Frodo and Sam. They're alive. Looking a little bit messed up there. Zollin? Is that really you? Sam looks at you with bleary eyes. His exhaustion is apparent, and he seems to disbelieve that you are really standing there. We can't go any further. We got this far, but... Sam reaches into one of his pockets, and withdraws a small item. He presses it into your hand. Where's... excuse me. Where there's life, there's hope, he says.
Where there's life, there's hope.
Walk to the edge of the outcropping. There is little time to spare. Oh, I think he, no, he did not give me the ring, guys. I believe he gave me the vial that Frodo had. That's my guess. Yeah, it was the vial of Galadriel. I'm using it to summon the eagles, basically, and Gandalf, which is a cool thought.
Was destroyed. Gwaihir and his kin braved the great peril of the skies and carried our heroes from the wreck of the burning mountain. And on the field of Cormallen, they were praised for their great deeds and the successful completion of the quest. The Lord of the Rings was no more, and Middle-earth was made safer by his defeat.
Yay! Woohoo! Alright, we're here. I think I need to update those little, like, videos. Like, that video, like, compared to what you guys are saying right now with my video, how clear and wonderful the game looks, that video could definitely use a texture update. Maybe they'll start updating some of those story videos. Because look at this. Look at how nice it looks now. So clear. Alright, it's really clear for me. It's only 1080 for you guys. It's really clear for me. They should make a movie about that event. They should, yeah. Yes. We have a very good movie about that
The
event.
sum of my hopes has come to pass, beyond all belief.
Oh, we got that weird little echo thing. The sum of my hopes has come to pass, Zollin. Beyond all my belief, a great darkness has been conquered. No longer will Sauron trouble Middle-earth, as he did for thousands of years. The quest of the ring came in the end to a successful conclusion, for which this old fool dared not hope, yet hope for still. What a wonder it is to see this day.
Our friends have been through much, but I know they will want to speak with you.
Do not let me keep you, Zollin. Our heroic friends have been through much, but I know they will want to speak with you, now that the danger has passed. Frodo and Sam have rested from their journey, but it will take more than those few days to recover from the exertion of their ordeal. Exhaustion, that should be. I wonder if that is the right word they want to use. Sorry, I've been editing another thing, so I'm like, words they use, I'm like, I don't know if that's the right word. Exertion, of their ordeal. Okay. You will find them in a bower on the southern eastern side of the field. We just got through reading on the trip. We read my sister's first book, and it's kind of like a rough draft. Well, not a rough draft. We've been editing last little things and like words and stuff when we read it together. It's gonna be a pretty awesome book. You guys may want to check out evanlore.com. And again, I will just I will use she may also be one of our awesome Patreons. I told her to put her thing right there. evanlore.com. Yeah. I want to check it out. It's pretty cool. Maybe we'll have her on the channel later on to talk about how cool the book is. So book 1 is going to be coming out pretty soon out of a 10-book series. You guys want a really good fantasy, you've been, besides, you haven't got anything you really wanted besides Tolkien stuff in a while, it's a good one. Oh, that was nice. Thanks for asking, yeah. Alright, Sam beckons for you to speak to him instead of Frodo. Okay, alright. Samwise.
I beg your pardon, but Mr. Frodo needs his rest.
I beg your pardon, but Zollin, but Mr. Frodo needs his rest. So many folk have come calling on him, some of them even bending the knee, and those who bowed the lowest were kings and princes themselves. Now my master deserves every bit of it, but some of these even bowed to me, and I can't say I like that at all. Frodo carried the real burden, and he did all the hard work, if you ask me. Can you believe that that old Strider turned out to be a king as well? Then I first met him, I said to myself, this Strider has a kingly air about him, doesn't he, Sam? But I didn't say anything of it to my master or Merry or Pippin. There was enough going on in Bree that there wasn't time for it. Alright, Frodo Baggins.
Sam has spent so long worrying about me that it became natural for him.
Please forgive Sam, Zollin. He has spent so long worrying about me that I think it became natural for him, especially after our experience in Mordor. Frodo shivers, despite the warmth in the air. I know Sam does not want to talk about it, but I would never have made it to the fire without him. If you had the joy of knowing old Hamfast, you would know that Gamgee loves to talk, but the Gaffer and his son would prefer most any topic to speaking about themselves. So it falls on me to tell you that I may have carried the burden, but it was the strength of my dear Sam that guided me through the despair and across the Deadlands and at Mount Doom. Frodo's face is pale, and he stops speaking. He seems relieved when Pippin breaks the silence with a boisterous cheer.
I do not think I want to speak of Mordor anymore.
Alright. Let's talk to...
3 cheers for Frodo Baggins, who destroyed the ring.
3 cheers for Frodo Baggins, who destroyed the ring, and have a cheer or two for Samwise Gamgee, who got to go with him and managed to miss out on a great deal of fighting. Oh, I'm only teasing. I know that Sam saw some danger, although he doesn't want to talk about any of it. Both he and Frodo are awfully tight-lipped about their journey in Mordor. I don't blame them. Battles are nasty things. Mary and I certainly ended up seeing more than our share, and it was all very dirty and confusing. I can't recommend it. Do you know that a troll fell on top of me? It's easy to laugh about that about now that it's done, but no one was laughing when we were in the thick of the fighting. I am glad we are still here, Zollin. 3 cheers for Frodo and his friends. Oh, that's awesome. Nice. Degrees of both of those? Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. All right, so So you would be great for helping edit it. Well, she wants to have the beta readers, so I don't know if you went to her site and signed up for that. But if you want to, I don't know if she's still having people sign up for that or what. I don't know that right now off the top of my head. Let's talk to Mary Brandybuck here.
Finally, we can catch up with Frodo and Sam, and they don't want to talk about it.
Finally, we catch up with Frodo and Sam. I am glad to have this time to catch up with Frodo and Sam. Pippin and I are knights of the city and of the Mark, respectively, and we have been kept busy with those duties. At last we can chat, and they do now. And they do not want to talk about it, or at least not in the detail our curiosities demand. Well, I can respect that. After the Pelennor battle, I could only barely stand to tell Pippin that what befell poor Theoden. In time, perhaps it will become easier for them to talk about their journey. It was like that with Eowyn. By the time I left Minas Tirith to come here, she had emerged from Silent Sorrows and had taken to speaking with Stuart Faramir in the gardens. It seems to me that time and distance helps many shadows lessen. I wonder why Eowyn has not yet arrived. Eomer King called her hither, but she has not come to the Cormallen, which I believe is this location. Alright. So, we talked to them, so let's go ahead and walk back out. We'll see you later, hobbits. Alright, let's see. They should be right over here. Look how pretty this place is, you guys. What a cool place. Oh, look. There's Gimli and... There's Gimli and Legolas. Hey, you guys. Alright. Aha! Eomer. Why is that guy behind him so huge? That's that one other character.
My uncle Theoden is avenged. Sauron is no more.
My uncle Theoden is avenged. Sauron is no more. It cannot be questioned that soldiers of Rohan and of Gondor played their parts, but in the end, the fatal blow was struck by 2 hobbits alone in the Blackland. It is an amazement to me. I have heard that the Nazgul came to fiercey ends. It's another very interesting word that let's see. I need to know how to I am having trouble pronouncing that one. Give me a sec. I must know. I know it's a live stream, but I must know. Alright.
Fiery.
Fiery, yes. I don't know why I couldn't read that. Of course it's fiery. It's right there in the word. Alright, now I forgot the fire spelled like that with the when you're saying fiery. Came to a fiery end, speeding back to Mordor at their master's call when he learned of his true peril. With my mind's sight, I can see them, caught in the blast of the flaming mountain. 8 fireballs scorching the sky, plummeting earthward, and shrieking their final desperate cries. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, he's enjoying that almost too much, you guys. I wish that those of my soldiers who carried aloft by those creatures during the Battle of the Black Gate could have known the fate their murderers would shortly suffer. It gives me great satisfaction to picture it on their behalf. Ride. And then, Irolings, ride. You are avenged. That's the Rohirrim word that sometimes gets me too. Irolingus? Something like that? Alright. Sweet. Eomer, King of Rohan, my friends. Alright, I need to talk to Prince Imrahil. Imrahil? Imrahil's a cool character. I really like Imrahil. I must say, playing Rise to War, the phone game, I like Imrahil even more because I'm trying to make that character like work in the game since it's like a strategy board game kind of feel. But I also really like Imrahil in, like, they really bring him out for me in LOTRO. So, and his armor looks epic, and he's just super cool. Lord Imrahil.
The fall of Sauron worked a great madness in his servants.
The fall of Sauron worked a great madness in his servants, Zollin, and many of them despaired once he was gone. Did some spell hold them in, my brain is having a little bit of troubles with some of these words. I apologize, everyone. Doing it during a live stream. I did a bunch of reading last night, for everyone in my family. We were kind of doing like a sit-down read of the book, and I read for like 3 hours straight. That might have something to do with it. My eyes are a little bit sore. I'm having a little bit of troubles, but that is okay. We're going to get through this last bit of the story because I'm enjoying it. Ensorcelled. Huh? I mean, that sounds right, but it's a weird word to use. Ensorcelled while he yet lived. Again, I love how LOTRO likes to use words that are yeah, good enough. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, ensorcelled. It's basically it, but I think that's just a cool. I like it when they bring up words. Remember how this is your word of the day, everyone. By the way, if you're watching this later or live, here's the word of the day: ensorcelled. Let's see what it means. I think it's some kind of like ensnaring. Past tense. And enchant. Yep. Enchanted. Fascinated. Yeah, so it kept them like controlled, right, by Sauron. So yeah, alright, that's what I thought it meant, but again, word of the day. I love that LOTRO uses words that you don't use in every common book, because you learn. It's very great. While he yet lived, and the death broke his hold upon them, I cannot say, but I did witness that many of the orcs cast themselves in pits or fell upon their weapons once he was gone. Oh, weird. They all committed Semboku. They all killed themselves. Interesting. I didn't actually realize that. I think that might actually be accurate to the books, because they went insane because he was the evil controlling them because they were enslaved, right? And they weren't enslaved like we think enslaved. They were enslaved because they are created evil monsters, right? We all know about that with orcs in Tolkien's world. They're not really, they don't choose to be evil. They're evil because they're enslaved evil. There were others among the servants that were made more ferocious by the fall of their master, and they fought long and with desperation. Some of them fled back through the ruins of the gate. I do not doubt that my king will send me against these others in time, but that is a thought for tomorrow. Today we celebrate the fall of Sauron. Cool. And again, yes, there's a lot of servants that are still in the movies. They did a good job in the movies with Peter Jackson's because it felt like it was completed for a movie. It's yeah, but in reality, there's a lot of bad guys that are still alive. There's not the big bad guy. We don't have to deal with Sauron anymore. But there's a lot of baddies still, which again, LOTRO, you go through and fight a lot of these baddies. You're like, your adventure basically is one of the people going along with a lot of the story characters and hunting them down kind of thing, which is kind of cool.
Sauron is no more, and can no longer burden Middle-earth.
Sauron is no more, and can no longer burden Middle-earth. Some of my folk may come to live in this land for a time. I delight in knowing that it will remain green and growing for years to come, untroubled by Sauron's evil. But I will not stay long here. The first days of Gondor's new year will be filled with happiness, and I share the joy of its people. But my heart has another longing. The sea calls to me, and I will follow. But I will not follow the longing just yet, Zollin. Food and drink and celebrations must come first. We have all seen enough of darkness. Let us enjoy some lighter fare and savor the taste. Alright, what do you think, Gimli?
Yes!
Yes! Ha-ha! That was quite a feast, and most well-deserved. It is not every day that an evil such as Sauron is laid low. After all, it seems as if Elrond and Gandalf made the right choice back in Rivendell, doesn't it, Frodo? Doesn't it? Frodo Baggins may not be a dwarf, but he has proven to have the determination of our kind, has he not? I agree. All those hobbits seem to have it. Young Peregrine Took could use a portion less of it, if you ask me. He is fortunate I saw him lying beneath that troll before the Black Gate, and he heaved the great beast off. Beast off him. He did, sorry, and heaved the great beast off him. I might have sworn up and down that he was dead, and yet he lives, and is up and about already. He has caused me so much trouble, and yet still I am fond of him for all the bother. I like that. There will be days of merriment, of plenty, Zollin, but sometime in the weeks ahead I must set my eyes to the north and return to the Lonely Mountain. My mind is full of ideas, and what dwarf wants that? I must speak to Dane and let these ideas out before they do me some harm. Ha 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 ha! Again, I believe that is, he's gonna go start the Glittering Caves, is what they're hinting at, which Legolas does help him with, if you remember the story, guys. Potato, yes. Exactly, that's the word. That's the word I was looking for. Potato. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Alright, who's back here? I'm supposed to talk to... excuse me. Oh, it's the ranger. There he is. It's that guy.
Weigh your options carefully. This could be a costly choice.
Renadia looks at you grimly. I was speaking with some of the others, and they would agree that you have a decision to make. Weigh your options carefully, Zollin. This could be a costly choice. A rare smile illuminates Radnonir's features. You need to choose the tavern at which we all can meet. Now that the Grey Company has accomplished its mission and we fulfilled our oaths, you agree to buy me 3 mugs of ale, as I recall, so you will want to select an establishment with a barkeep who sets a reasonable price. I recommend the Forsaken Inn, east of Ree. The fare is of low quality, but it was Candaith's favorite, and that is enough for me. Candaith passed away, by the way. He's one of the Rangers in the story, which died at this point. But you might know that. It's a spoiler for a LOTRO tale in the future. We'll keep up with that LOTRO tale. We will not depart just yet. There is work still to be done for Aragorn to claim his throne, and many of us wish to help him set his kingdom in order. Some of us will return here in the Southlands, even when others return to their homes. I think I will travel with Lothrandir when he returns to Surki. This is a hard one. This is the northern location. It's a northern city. I think it's Suri Kilai. Something like that. It's a northern spot in Forage Hill. Really, really far north. It is a long road, and he would welcome the company. Also, there's a lake on the way to Forachel, and I promised a friend I would see it for myself. Evendim. So I don't think he's ever been to Evendim, is what they're saying. So he's saying they're going to go all the way back up north, travel past the Lake of Evendim, and they're going to go to Forachel right here. So that this northernmost town in Forachel. That's what they're talking about. Epics music. Alright, talk to Mithrandir. Alright, we'll talk to Mithrandir. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna finish up the story. We're talking to Mithrandir right now. And then I was thinking maybe we could just have fun talking about a few more things here. Lord Mithrandir, we're coming to talk to you. I don't think Gandalf wants to be called Lord.
There is a small matter about which I wish to speak with you.
Excuse me. Ah, Zollin, I am glad you have returned to me, for there is a small matter at which I wish to speak with you. Oh, well, why would I not pick the rune box? It's ×4. I feel like, oh, I get both.
Frodo's ordeal in Mordor has left its mark upon him.
Frodo's ordeal in Mordor was as a costly one, and it has left a mark upon him. No, I do not speak only of the finger he lost to Gollum's biting teeth. I speak of the mark that none can see, but still persists, casting a pall upon his heart. A pall. Interesting. Anybody? Is that right, or is that a misspell? Casting a pall upon his heart. I mean, I think I know what it is, but he has retired to the bowery that was prepared for him. I will see that Samwise has a task to undertake that will free Frodo from his watchful gaze, and perhaps you can learn that what still troubles our victorious ring-bearer. All right, now we go back. We're gonna talk to Frodo again one more time. Tugged at his heart. Oh, okay. All right. Got it. See, again, I love that LOTRO uses these words that just aren't used commonly all the time, but they're in the dictionary. Because, like, I think Tolkien would approve of that, because he's such a loves words, right? As a professor and stuff of that kind of languages. I'm sure he would approve that LOTRO likes pulling back out words for people to learn and use in the game. All right. Frodo smiles weakly at you as you approach. Hello, Frodo.
My mind is still caught in a whirlwind of confusion.
Hello again, Zollin. Gandalf came by and had a task for Sam. The two of them have gone off somewhere. If you're looking to speak with them, they are not here right now. My mind is still caught in a whirlwind of confusion. I cannot believe that the quest is over. I am not used to the idea that the ring is gone. In Mordor, I would shut my eyes and still see it, burning inside my mind, tearing me apart, but it has been destroyed. Pippin insists that I write everything down before I forget the details, but I do not want to remember them, Zollin. If I do not. Sorry. If my friends knew the truth about what happened within Mordor. Frodo shakes his head and holds up his injured hand. It has been wrapped in a bandage and treated with care by Aragorn, but you remember the grisly sight of it. I labored beneath the burden of the ring as Sam and I crawled through Mordor and up the slope of Mount Doom. But much of the journey is hazy to me. Even now, the dear Sam told our friends most of the tale, but he did not tell it all. I think he wanted to spare me the shame of it. Ah, that is the truth. Shame. Deserved shame. Sam said that Gollum tracked us to the mountain, and at the end, the pitiful creature overpowered us and stole the ring before we could cast it into the fire. But that is not the truth. Not all of it. I will tell you the truth, Zollin. I want to do what is right. Alright, here we go. We get to play a little session play as Gollum. Be kind of cool. I already pre-ordered the expansion. It's gonna be cool.
Gollum caught up to us on the slope of Mount Doom, and Sam stayed behind to deal with him while I entered the mountain, eager to be rid of the ring.
Gollum! Gollum! Hey, look, I'm Gollum. Hehehe. Look at those scary little eyes. Scary little beady eyes. Okay.
Where is the precious? The precious. Gollum.
Alright. Go find it, Gollum. Find the precious. Oh, my throat's too messed up to do that voice a day.
But Sam, dear Sam, could not bring himself to slay the wretched creature. He let him go.
This is pretty cool.
And so it was that Gollum followed Sam into the mountain.
I like the animation of how they made Gollum run. Seems about right with his big hobbity feet. Samwise Gamgee?
I am here, but now I choose not to do what I came to do. I will not destroy it. The ring is mine! Master, no! Frodo!
The book is The Unknown Past, the first book. Oh no, Frodo. I got you, Sam. I got you. Now get the ring. Where are you, hobbits?
The precious.
And there goes Gollum. The ring is gone.
When the ring went into the fire, the power of Sauron went with it. His works were unmade, and he was undone. Were it not for Gollum, the quest would have failed. After coming so far, after enduring so much, after the sacrifices and the suffering of so many friends, when at last I stood at the crack of doom, I could not do it. I chose not to destroy the ring. How can I bear the shame of it? I let them down. I let everyone down.
Oh, here. One sec. I'll show you. Let's see if I can find it here. That's a pretty awesome. Here, I will. I'm gonna link it in the chat here. You know the truth now, Zollin. So many good people suffered, so many good people died, so that I could get to the mountain. And at the end, I could not bring myself to do what everyone depended on me to do. How can I live with the shame of it? You tell Frodo that the little you learned of the ring during your own adventures has taught you that it was an artifact of great power and great evil, and that it could work its temptation upon even those of good hearts and strong will. Maybe you are right, Zollin. Your words do not erase my shame, but even though the ring is gone, I still remember how I felt in the moment. Standing above the fire, I did not wish to destroy it. I would have rather died than allow it to be taken from me. I cannot imagine how Smeagol survived for so long after the ring came to Bilbo. Or perhaps I can. It was the desire for it that drove him. And that feeling is familiar to me and painful. Pippin worries that I will forget the details of my journey if I do not write them down. But the details are etched upon my memory. I cannot believe that I would forget how I felt in that moment. But perhaps I should write it all down. Perhaps I should write it all, and it will serve as a reminder and as a warning. A reminder that good purpose can go ill, but that evil purpose might still serve good. A warning not to judge either too readily. Ooh, I like that. It's a nice little thing there at the end. That's a little saying, right? Thank you for easing my mind and my heart, Zollin. Gandalf has returned, and now I think I see the making of a conspiracy. But thank you for your kind words, and I give my thanks to Gandalf as well. I am very fortunate to have such friends as you. I am ready to have a rest, and an end to adventuring. I shall be content just to see Bilbo again, and to return to the Shire. I will write down my part of the quest of the ring, all of it, and I will be thankful for the opportunity to live in peace. Cool. Very nice. Hey, look, another player. Hello. All right. Fantastic. All right. Talk to Mithrandil. Oh, he's inside. Oh. Mithrandil's. I didn't even see him. Did you guys see Mithrandil? Oh, there he is.
Thank you for easing my mind and my heart.
Oh, you're welcome, Frodo. Happy to help.
I am glad to hear that Frodo has decided to write down his tale after all.
It has been my experience that sometimes a hobbit simply needs a bit of a push to get started on a thing, but once he has set his mind to do it, its results are often admirable. I trust you told Frodo that no one could willingly have destroyed the ring. I meant to return more quickly and tell him that, but Samwise grew suspicious that I was wasting his time and required more assistance, or he would hastily return to his master, wasting his time. Me? That's funny. Mithrandil chuckles mirthfully. I was, of course, but that is neither here nor there. All that matters is, in the end, is that you have assured Frodo's concerns and helped him to come to terms with his experience. He deserves that, and more, for the deeds he has done on behalf of Middle-earth. But enough chattering. Aragorn has asked to speak with you, Zollin. Alright. Let's go speak to Aragorn. It's quite a bit ways over here. This area is gorgeous. So pretty. Aragorn.
We have come through the long night to the dawn at last.
Zollin, many were the days I believed all my choices were going wrong. But despite those errors, we have seen the destruction of the ring and the downfall of Sauron. When Frodo completed his task, Mordor was shaken to its very foundations by the eruption of Ur-Druin. The black gate on the tower teeth crumbled and fell. But you can say that what lies behind them in the land of Saurons. There is a shroud over the plateau of Gorgoroth, and it masks our sight. Aragorn smiles wearily. I have not yet been crowned king, but already I am thinking that Gondor's future. But, can we not have one day of satisfied peace? Sauron is no more. There will be a new ordering of the calendar to mark the occasion. In the Kingdom of Gondor, the new year will now begin on March 25th, the day on which Sauron fell and hope was restored to Middle-earth. There are still many preparations to be made before I can ascend to the throne of Gondor, but today is a day of celebration. My friends and my kin have earned this day of victory. Enjoy this day, Zollin, for you too were instrumental in its arrival. Alright, cool. I think this is probably the end of this little intro. Forgot how much awesome storytelling there was in this intro, though.
Frodo's adventure has ended, but Middle-earth will still have need of heroes.
Frodo has earned his rest, Zollin. His adventure has ended, and yet Middle-earth still has need of heroes. Gondor will need you, as well as will the others among the free peoples, dwarves, elves, and hobbits. Be ready for their call, my friend. A great evil of the world has departed, but there are others that will need heroes to face them. Do not face them alone. Some measure of the strength of Sauron was bound to his ring, but much of his strength was derived from his mastery over the weak of will. I foresee that some of those freed from his dominance will seek to gain advantage from his fall. The shroud over Gorgoroth is a veil that must be pierced if Middle-earth is to live free from fear. Frodo will write the tale of his adventure, but the next adventure will be yours alone to write. My own time on these shores is drawing to a close, for my purpose is ended. You look at him with the dawning understanding that his charge was to combat Sauron, and now that the Dark Lord is defeated, the wizard must leave Middle-earth. Oh, do not look at me like that, foolish dwarf. I am not leaving tomorrow. I will not depart until I know things are well in hand, and your kind has not yet proven that you are able to manage on your own. He stands there sputtering for a moment. There is a twinkle in his eye when he speaks again, and he seems less like Mithrandir or any of his many other names, and most like he was when you first met him, Gandalf. I will say this to you, and it will be the last word on the subject. As for this business with the ring, I commend you on a job well done, my dear Zollin. Very well done indeed. Yay, we got a compliment from Gandalf, guys. Woohoo! Alright, Mordor awaits. You have been summoned by those who seek to enter Mordor. You should meet them at the Black Gate as soon as able. Alright, so Frodo's task is done. The books are done. There's a little bit of stuff that happens still in the end of the Return of the King book, but now the rest of this story is up to us to do our thing. Alright, now that I have you guys all here, let's check out my sister's awesome site. Ooh, what's this? Alright, the Evanlore series. Very cool. Alright.
I'm not sure if the site is completely finished or not, but we're gonna look anyway because this is a live stream. All right. So, become a beta reader. This is where if you guys want to become a beta reader, if you watch this later as a video or you're watching here live, you can click on this and find out about that. It's good. I've read the first book now. It's very good. In fact, I kind of, it left me going, okay, I want to read the next book. It was pretty cool. So anyway, it's pretty cool. So let's see, books. All right, so this is really cool, and she'll probably tell you this if she ever comes on an interview, but this is a book she took a picture of, and she went and changed the logos and the names to be her series. And it looks so good, even up close, you can barely even tell. Like, it looks, I mean, it's perfect. It's great. Isn't that freaking awesome? All right, this is book 1, The Unknown Past. So we have a year. This is when she's gonna have it officially released. So pretty soon. I mean, not a year. I take it back. It's October, right? So this is her goal. She's aiming to release it January, the first book. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Again, she's a really good artist too. A lot of my artwork on my channel, right? She's done for me, which is fantastic. But yeah. Me and her have both been extremely lovers of fantasy and stories since we were little. Hence why I'm such a massive Tolkien fan and C.S. Lewis fan and stuff. And she also likes Tolkien and C.S. Lewis. But her story is completely her own, and it's fantastic. And I say this, but I think that Tolkien would have been very impressed with her stories. I think he would have liked them. That's just a guess. I love them. And if I love Tolkien stuff, Dragon Wings, book 5. So these are all the books, by the way. These will be all the titles of the books. So the Unknown Past is the one that's going to release soon. And then A Ring and a Rivendon, that'll be book 2. That'll be sometime in 2023 as well. And then, of course, then you got the next ones. Book 3, book 4, book 5. Book 1 in itself is really, really good, you guys. It's like a whole story within itself. Book 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And by the way, there's other stuff too. So yeah, she's got other stuff too besides the 10 books she was telling me, but those are the 10 ones that are pretty much solidly done that she's been working on for, like, I don't know, about 15 years, I think. And by the way, guys, there's a game. Yeah, it's really fun. It's called Realms and Resources. They've been working on it. Again, Jethros has helped design this game because that might be her husband. If you guys didn't catch on to that already on the channel, I think I've told you guys that. But, yeah, so... Hey, look, you can even see a shot of me right there playing the game with them. But anyway, yeah. It's a pretty cool game. Look at this artwork. I love this artwork. It's really cool. Alright, so there's my sister and Jethros, her husband. So anyway, that's the creators. They're making the game too. They always wanted to make a card game, so. And then this is information about her and different people in her area. Again, this is a really good site. You should check it out. Again, it's linked there in the description. And if you ever need to see it, again, it's always on the little Patreon thing at the end. Because she's ever so wonderful. I told her she wanted to support the my channel, and I told her, well, if you're gonna do it, at least make it evanlore.com, so you can get some free advertising. Because I highly recommend checking out her book series, you guys. It's fantastic. Audiobook snippet. She did a little bit of recording with some volunteers at our university who did some readings. Again, I hope in the future that I can do a reading of the book too, an audiobook, just here. I'll probably just put it on the channel if she wants me to, or I don't know if she is going to do it official and sell it. I will see. I don't know that. That's her decision. Yeah. And then she's got some cool things here. time-lapse art. Yeah, she's really been doing. Look at this map. Okay, can I open this? Not yet. Looks like. Oh wait, can I open? Let's see. Open image. Let's see if I can get bigger. Can I zoom in with this? No, I can't. Okay. What if I just try to? Here, let me see if I can open it bigger. This is so cool. Look at her world. Okay, it's a little blurry, but that's okay. Look at this. This is so cool. Isn't this awesome? Again, she has a high definition. That was just a little fun look. She has a high, like, 8K version of this where you can zoom all the way in and see all the trees really clearly. So maybe we can check that out sometime. But, yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, this is all her art and stuff for it that you can go through and enjoy looking at. And yes, she even has a... Remember those trees that are behind my Dwarven workstation, where I do a lot of the reviews of replicas in the garage? Yeah, she drew those a long time ago, or painted those. Excuse me, didn't draw them, painted them. Oh, here we go. I should have scrolled down a little bit. There's a great version of the map right there. And then she's got the different realms right here, which are these symbols. There it is. Pretty cool. Yeah, it's amazing. Fun to look at. I actually never saw... I saw her doing this, and I never saw the completed work. This is really cool. And this is huge, by the way. This is like... The size of this is like on our world scale. So, this is really, really big. Ah, nice. And then she's got some stuff, copyright stuff there and things. She's copyrighted a lot of this, all this already. And you can sign up right there if you want a newsletter, guys. All right, there we go. I had fun exploring. Wanted to explore the site since we talked about it. All right. So that was my sister's site there, if you guys want to go check that out. Yeah. There, she does want some statistical data on what you've read, what you like, what you've done. She also knows that like people don't really want to say their age on things, but she did want to have like she wants to have multiple ages reading the book. She wants to have younger people, mid-aged people, older people. She'd like to have a big mix because she wants a good sampling of people, what people think and like. What's this? Oh, here's Hope. Okay, this is from King of Gondor. Aragorn, I hope the letter finds you well. Continue to fight for the peoples of... Okay, yeah, we're not going to read that right now. Yes, she's very talented. It's very, very impressive. I definitely... she's my little sister. She's not that much younger than me, but she's awesome. All right. Let's see. What should we do right now, guys? Now, originally I titled this whole live stream to talk about the trip a little bit. Would you guys be interested in like 10 minutes of seeing I could show you the map and kind of where we went, or do you want to see some pictures? That was the whole reason I originally titled this live stream, is to see, because I have like an image on it and everything. Let me see here. Let me grab something real quick. There it is. All right. You guys want to see some drone footage? That might be kind of fun. We didn't do that last time. It's really awesome. I got some really cool drone footage. All right, here we go. Let me bring it up here. All right, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna leave this on in the background because there's no sound in the drone footage. So let's see. All right, here's some footage. So this is actually the drone in the air. So here's a good shot of, I'll just talk about it real fast. So basically that over there is, these are the buttermilks we're in, which I like to call the Iron Hills, which again, if you watch my videos that are gonna come out, I'm gonna do a video per day because I have so much footage that I decided I don't want to put it all into one giant ridiculous video. I thought I'll break them down into like 6 little LOTRO blog videos. I mean LOTRO life blogs. And so if you look that way up the valley, normally you'd go up a road over here. If you can see my mouse, yeah, up here. There's a road behind this hill. You go up it, and there's a valley in here, and that leads to Sabrina and South Lake. This is above Bishop. So I'm gonna let it spin because I'm pretty sure I just spin the camera. So again, it's flying, right? The drones are amazing. It's flying up like, you know, hundreds of feet in the air, and so there's you can see a little river coming through the desert of this area, which I like to call the Iron Hills because it looks like it. But that's Bishop down there, by the way. A little too fast. Right over there, that's Bishop, California. So those are the White Mountains on that side. Behind us is the Sierra Nevadas mountain range. And again, like the Iron Hills, totally. That's what I feel like. And that is Mount Tom right there, that big mountain straight out ahead. All right, I'm gonna fly around a little bit. Again, some of this will be in a video. It'll be in part of a video, probably in day 2, because this is day 2. So, this will probably be in some of the day 2 videos. But it's kind of cool. You can see the little river going through this desert area. There's our tiny little van. There's us down there. Little tiny people. Alright. And then, let's see what else I got. Here's some pictures I took with the drone. Again, Iron Hills. I don't know, it has that feel to me. Because there's a lot of red, too, in some areas. Let's see. The drones are just awesome, you guys. They're so fun to use. Whatever. Oh, this is me just holding the drone. Again, I have to go through this footage because I need to find what Yeah, this is just such a cool shot. Nice, Alvin. Sounds good, bro. I'm sure she's very excited to have more people. I'll tell her that you said you applied. All right, what's this? Oh, this is one of the holes, one of the original like mining holes, and there's actually a grate on it there. They used to mine in here, Dwarven Mine. This is day number 3 actually. So this is me taking it off from the car. So the van is behind us, and basically I just fly it up because they walked ahead to see where the mine was, and we couldn't go much farther with the van. It was just the road was too tight and too rough, so I just flew to follow them. There they are, walking down the road. I zoomed in. I'm like, okay, there they are. Again, I'm over in my car sitting with AC. Yeah, but it's just absolutely gorgeous. You can see them. They're like, go over there. Go over there. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I'll go look over there. And then we like fly over here. And this looks just like the Iron Hills, doesn't it? There's the Misty Mountains back there. It'd be a different place, but they wouldn't be next to each other in the lore. So this is where they were mining for tungsten different materials, different rock materials. Tungsten is used in light bulbs and many other materials, right? As you all know. This is in America, yes. This is in California. California is a ridiculously massive place. So a lot of people hear California and they think LA. It's huge, and the biomes are so diverse and so crazily, like, they change so quickly because elevation always makes biomes change very quickly. That's why even like there's many different factors, but California has few. It's on the water, and it has a massive mountain range, which causes many different things, right? Beaches, deserts, forests, rainforests. We don't have tropical rainforests, but we have rainforests as in the redwoods, the biggest trees in the world. You know, things like that, because they need a lot of water. So anyway, I found the hole. This is where the mine was, so I looked inside. Boop. There, see the grate on the door? Again, it's so fun having a good drone, you guys. You feel like a spy. You're like, haha, I can find anything. Let's see. Again, I had to be really careful not to put the drone behind a mountain, though, because I immediately would lose signal. Like, so I had to be really careful that my line of sight for my drone was never behind a big rock. That was the one challenge I had. So I kind of look around a little bit. Again, it's got really good detail, doesn't it? This drone. It records in 4K. So again, the quality of streaming to you is 1080. So you're not seeing exactly what I'm seeing with my eye right now, but it's probably still very good. So I hope for you. There's the orange and red that's in the rock. That's why I think it looks like the Iron Hills. See over there how red it is too, and that's an old mine up here too. So it's pretty cool. Let's see. Where did I go to? Here we go. I looked at the mine up here. So there's the mine. See the mine? The mines! There they are right there. So those are original tungsten mines. They're like 70 years old, 80 years old. So it was like back in like the 1940s. That's when they were mining this. For the tungsten. Alright, so there they are. Look pretty darn awesome. Again, Iron Hills. That's my imagination of... Again, you guys gotta leave your comments on my videos that I make. Like, where do you think things are if they were like in Middle Earth, right? Yeah, they're closed. But again, you can go up to them. It's kind of cool. Like, they do grate off the ones that are dangerous. The reason that one was graded off is there's actually a giant hole. Like where my sister was saying, you can actually... I have an image of it somewhere, but I'll have it edited and I'll show you later. But in a video, in the second video that'll come out. But there's just a hole that just drops. Like, it's like you could drop a truck down it, and it just drops into the darkness. Like, because they have like these rigs and stuff that would pull rocks up when they were mining. There's like a little area in there and stuff. Like, it's pretty cool. But this one, that was the small one. We didn't even go near this large one with this big opening. So again, it's kind of, you don't want to go in, it's not safe because things are avalanching and stuff. But again, you can come up here and see it for yourself, which is really cool. There's not any rule that you can't come up here and look at it. Yeah, but again, beautiful visuals of the area. So there's all the stuff they mined out, obviously. And then I try to get a closer look inside without losing my signal because the car is down the valley edge down there around the corner. So I was trying to make sure I didn't lose my signal. And I'm pretty sure I moved because my signal strength dropped rapidly because I started going around the edge. There's the mine we looked in right there that had the grate on it over there. Look at that, though. Look at that shot right there, you guys. Woo! So that's the Sierra Nevadas. So these mountains are no slouch, okay? So we're at about 4,000 feet elevation right here, 4,500-ish in these hills. These are called the buttermilks, these hills. Again, some people would call these hills mountains, which is rightfully, they're huge too. But these guys here, again, this is a wide angle lens, but these are up at like Mount Tom is like 13,000, like almost 14,000 feet, I think, elevation. So like from the ground up, it goes up like 6,000 or 7,000 feet. That thing is huge. There's a beautiful little river over there. You can see rocks. You can see those wargs right there chasing that group of hot dwarves. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Alright. Yeah, looking a little bit more, but there's a good shot inside right there. You can see that there's a hole right there to go in. There's a hole there. It's probably been collapsed in on and fell in, though. Yep, anyway. Well, there we go. There's some good shots there. Well, my friends. Thanks for hanging out with me. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it there today. Again, I have some editing to do today. I have the first vlog video ready to go. I also want to make some actual LOTRO content with LOTRO Tail and stuff, so I'm not sure I'm going to have time to do it today. But don't worry, after this weekend I'll have lots of time, because this weekend is the Highland Games, which I'll get a little bit of video. Maybe I'll share it with you guys on the community tab or something. It's basically Celtic, right? Gaelic kind of stuff, so it's like Scottish, Irish. They do like games. They have they do like bagpipe bands, and they have like different they have people that actually come from Scotland usually, and there's the games, the Highland Games, where they, you know, the caber toss and the hammer toss and the rock throw and all these different things. You don't know what they are, look those up. They're pretty cool. And caber toss is basically where they throw the telephone pole kind of thing. And then they have a lot of stuff they sell and food, and it's really, really good. So oh no, angry insurance people. That isn't fun at all. I am sorry you have to deal with that. But yeah, so anyway, I got that, and then Sunday morning, I'm actually at my church of all, my choir is coming to my church, which I helped plan. They're not the same. They're not from the same church. But we're going to sing there, and then we're going to go to the Highland Games after that on Sunday too. And Saturday, going to meet some friends and go to the Highland Games. And then, yeah. So got a lot in the next 2 or 3 days. So, and then I want to try to do a little bit more editing today so I can have videos uploading. So the first one's uploaded. It's processing HD right now for my adventure. So that one should be released hopefully tonight or tomorrow morning if it's finishing buffering the 4K. And then it'll be enjoyable, but it will not have all the super cool spots, because day 2 and 3 is where we went to all the beautiful locations. But the first one still has some very pretty stuff that you probably will love. So yeah, it's been a pretty busy weekend. And then, of course, Rings of Power. That's why I kind of delayed watching episode 7 or doing a review for it. I'm going to do it, like, Monday. or something. And watch it with my family then. And then I'll do the review and stuff. But, yeah. So, anyway, lots of fun stuff coming, guys. And, I know I haven't been, I usually release a video, like, you know, once every 12 hours. I've been doing that for, like, 3 weeks. But I'll have videos caught up later, but it's going to be a little bit more, you know, every other day or every day for the next few 4 or 5 days. Oh, it went really well. Thanks for asking. Yes, it went really, really well. The orchestra performance went really well. I actually have, I actually edited a video for that too, but one second. I can just, oh wait, one second. I'll just bring it up out of my documents. Here, I'll show you real quick. I'll give you a snippet. You guys want more stuff like this to show you, I will. I really kind of stick to mostly Tolkien right on my channel, but I do a lot of, I'm a music major and I've been in groups for a long time, so. But here's our smaller group. We're not as big as we used to be pre-COVID, obviously. Our group has a little smaller because of space where we practice too. We just don't have quite enough space. But here, I'll bring it up real quick. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Aha, here it is. All right, so I'm gonna close this, and I will bring this up for a second. Here, you can just get a little snippet. All right. So here's us. There's me. Again, this is not my church. This is a church we just came to visit. They invited us to join them. Again, we usually try to we like going. We go to many different churches in our area. All right, anyway. And again, for privacy reasons, I'm not going to say what church or where because it's the internet, right? You all know that. But anyway. This is kind of the thing we were doing, so. And this is my phone recording, so the sound quality isn't going to be perfect, but it's okay. She realized that she was walking in front of a camera. My friends always laugh, but if you watch my eyebrows, you can see me playing notes because my eyebrows go up and down. So again, that's the first song we played. If you guys are curious and you ever want me to like show you guys more stuff like that, I could always upload that. It's different things. But again, this is a very small church. We were very happy to be there, and we've gone to very big churches too before. And again, our group is about right now. I think there's like 16 of us. I think we were missing 1 or 2 people, but we're a very tight knit group. Like we because we just can't fit enough people in our practice place right now. But after COVID kind of messed up a lot of stuff. We used to have like 25 people, so we were a little bit bigger orchestra. Again, the difference between an orchestra and a band, if it was a band, we wouldn't have any strings, but we do have string instruments, so we are an orchestra. Even though obviously it's not like Philharmonic that has like 200 players, which I have played in big groups. I played in a college university group that had 200 members in the symphony, but that was called a symphony too. Usually symphonies are very, very big. The terminology symphony versus orchestra. But yeah, but we have all the parts. It's fun. Anyway, that's kind of stuff. Show you a little taste of that. But anyway, we had a good time. It was it was the first time we were ever at this little church. So, but we were very happy to come even to a little church, right? Because the goal of our group there is we do it free, completely freely. It's pretty much just to do, just worship God, right? Just show the awesomeness of music and awesome things like that. So anyway, that's the goal of the group. It's we completely do everything free. We do a lot of work. I obviously also recorded with my computer with a good microphone, which I did editing. So the other day, speaking of what we were talking about, I was also editing for like 4 hours music for that performance to have that uploaded. So it's already uploaded, so she could send it out to everybody who wanted to see it. And that was just the recording with my phone. I also did a music audio recording, but I did a lot of editing to make it sound really good. And then I also had a friend who I have the piano player in that group. She's 93 years old. She's amazing, but she really wanted to record some of her music. And she was like, "Oh my gosh, you record?" And I told her, yes, I would be happy to come over and record. So she happened to live pretty close to me. So I went over there and I helped her record for like 4 hours. And then I had to edit that for a while. So it's editing that, posting that. So yeah, I've been doing a lot. So that's why it's been a little slower with video output in the last few days after the vacation. Anyway, thanks for listening, guys. That's what's going on. And thank you for asking. It went very, very nice to performance. As you can see there, it was very fun. We enjoyed it. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. Give you a little sneak peek there. And again, if that's stuff that you guys like, I could totally upload that. I mean, I was thinking I could even upload that onto my one playlist I don't use very much. You know, my music theory playlist that I made has like one video on it from like a year ago. Some people really wanted me to make more of those, but that takes a lot of work, and I'm really kind of enjoying doing obviously voiceovers and LOTRO tale guides, other things. So I'm focusing on the stuff that everyone's enjoying the most. All right, well, I will see you guys. You have a good one. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you all in the next episodes and live streams of Voice of the Rings. All right, and make sure that is my thing updating here. I'm gonna wait for it to update real quick, and then I will end the stream. Make sure I didn't miss anything anyone said. It looks like it was freezing. There we go. Excellent. All right, but before I forget, I gotta say thank you to my Patreons for their support. It really is helping me out, and thank you to you guys for your likes and subscribes. Of course, if you're watching this later as a video, subscribe button's there. Next episodes, right? And I'll see you guys all in the next episodes of Voice of the Rings and live streams. And please do tell me if you do like that orchestra stuff and you'd like to see some more. I'll edit it where it's just the performance, so it's private for everyone, and maybe you guys will see it. Give permission to show you guys. All right, you guys have a wonderful day in Middle Earth, and I'll see you all in the next episodes of Voice of the Rings. But of course, I am the editor, so I can get permission. I'm the one who recorded and edited it. Of course. See ya. Have a good one, guys. Thanks. See ya. Have a wonderful day in Middle Earth.